What's up, guys? How is it going? And in today's video, I'm going to go into details about how the president of Burkina Faso is now getting attention from world leaders like the Chinese president, the president of Russia, and also the president of North Korea. This video is very interesting and you wouldn't want to miss it, to the extent that this president want to protect the president of Burkina Faso, that's Ibrahim Traoré, at any cost. And why is this so? First of all, we have heard of news about the president of North Korea deploying his elite soldiers to Burkina Faso, and it's trending, right? Because earlier, the president of Russia, when Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso wanted to visit the president of Russia, he personally sent his personal air force to get the president of Burkina Faso to Russia to make sure he lands safely. And that was great. I mean, the whole world heard of it, and imagine the president of Russia protecting the president of Burkina Faso. That is something great and have drawn a lot of attention. Now we're hearing of news of the North Korean president deploying his troop in Burkina Faso. Well, first of all, I believe and totally know that the first part whereby the Russian president used his personal security to take Ibrahim Traoré from Burkina Faso down to Russia was true, 100% true. But now, what do we know about the president of North Korea getting his troops into Burkina Faso? Now, don't mix everything together, okay? Because in this video, I want to know why these presidents are so interested in Burkina Faso and what they have issued as a warning to the Western countries, especially America, Donald Trump. That is the point of this video. But before we get to that point, I just want to clear something, okay? So don't get annoyed. So first of all, we want to know if actually North Korea has deployed military to Burkina Faso. Well, according to research we've done to make sure the news is clear before we give it to you on our YouTube channel, because we are here for transparency, okay? Many reporters, especially verifiers like Pesa Check, has made sure that they look into this and make sure it's not a kind of a problem or lie. So a TikTok post that made this alarming, this came from a TikTok post claiming that North Korea has deployed its military to Burkina Faso, and have said that this is partly false. Why did they say so? First of all, the image used on that video has been seen as fake. The image was taken from a website called Flickr. You know what Flickr is? It's a website where you get images, whether paid or free. If you want free version, you get the image. If you want a paid version, you also get the image from Flickr. And they have noticed that that image came from there, and the original meaning, or why the video was taken and kept in Flickr, has been coined from its the title of that image, which says Queen Elizabeth Gate, Hyde Park, London, which means that image was from Queen Elizabeth, not even concerning Burkina Faso or no Burkina Faso. So that image was taken from Flickr and then was edited with a software called Invid. You get it? So these guys have gone into deep research into to know if it is true. So it was edited with a software called Invid, and from Google's Google Map, they have checked all location, and detected that the image location is from London. Do you get it? That image location was from London and not even from Burkina Faso. So what the TikToker is telling us is that China, all these countries have deployed some military, China, Russia, and Ghana, military forces, even North Korea are in Burkina Faso. Okay, but this research is showing us that no, they are not from Burkina Faso, and that is it. That doesn't mean that we have full proof that North Korean allied soldiers are not in Burkina Faso. This is just a kind of investigation, but for now it is partly saying that that is false. Now, what is the point? Now, does that mean that nobody is North Korea and other countries' support for Burkina Faso is also fake? Absolutely wrong. They are not fake. Regarding that TikTok post, it might be fake, but regarding the support North Korea, China, and Russia are giving to Burkina Faso, these supports are real, and I'll tell you why. First of all, most African countries, especially Burkina Faso and many other African countries, are getting tired of Western colonization. Get that point? They're getting tired of Western colonization, and when these Western countries get tired, when these African countries get tired of Western colonization, what do you think will happen? What comes to your mind? All other countries which are not part of the Western countries want to join hand, to form an alliance with these African countries, and that's great, because these Western countries are now afraid of the mistake they've done. They are now afraid that these other countries, which are not Western countries, are coming to form alliance with these African countries, and Burkina Faso has started it. Ghana is joining, Niger is joining, many African countries are joining. They are saying no to Western colonization, no to America, no to all these places. We don't need you again. We are inviting China, we're inviting North Korea, we're inviting Russia, we're inviting all these other countries. And let me burst your bubble. These other countries like China, Russia, they are part of what we call a group called BRICS. If you know what BRICS is, by now you should have heard of BRICS. BRICS, BRICS, is a group that consists of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. If we are to add North Korea, it would have been also great. But looking at it, we know that North Korea might not be part of BRICS right now, but looking at it, it seems like North Korea is part of BRICS right now. And why is BRICS existing? BRICS exists, that's BRICS, is existing because of a kind of trade relations. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Trade relations within those countries. And most of these countries are countries that are fighting against the United States dollar. Even though BRICS has not shown real threat against the dollar, these countries are fighting against the United States dollar. They want to form a trade relations. Do you get it? And China in the BRICS is spearheading this trade relation called BRICS. China is a kind of spearheading it, and the reason why China is spearheading it is it wants to promote the RMB. You get it? That's the yuan for exchange, the RMB as a currency exchange instead of the American dollar. Do you get it? If China is spearheading BRICS and it wants to promote its own currency as an exchange instead of the United States dollar, have you seen the kind of threat it's facing is providing for the United States dollar? And that is what China wants. Right now, it has not become a threat that much, but it might happen. Do you get it? And imagine these countries forming relations: Russia, China, India, South Africa, and also there is another country that is saying no to Western colonization, which is Burkina Faso. Now, these countries get attracted to Burkina Faso fast. Russia is attracted to Burkina Faso. China is attracted to Burkina Faso. North Korea is attracted to Burkina Faso. And they want to form an alliance. Are you seeing the point now? They want to form an alliance. They want to form an alliance with Burkina Faso. They are protecting the president of Burkina Faso at every cost to make sure the alliance works. Why are they protecting him? Because they know that if anything happens to the president of Burkina Faso, this alliance might not work. Do you get the point? They are protecting him at any cost. Whether the TikTok post says that North Korea deployed its units to Burkina Faso or not, even if there is no such news or there is such news, you yourself will know that these countries will do anything in their power to protect Ibrahim Traoré from Western assault. Do you get it? They will protect him from Western assault. So that is it. Do you get the point now? Now, what is unfolding? What is unfolding? First of all, Russia is now siding with Burkina Faso. North Korea is siding, China is siding. They want to form trade relations. We've heard of news that that Burkina Faso has removed the French colonizers from its country. People who has been extorting gold from them and just giving them peanuts. Now they are now in charge of their gold and many other resources in the country. And recently they've made over $18 billion from gold sold by themselves. You see that kind of thing. Now Russia is here to stand with Burkina Faso, and they are protecting Ibrahim Traoré at every cost. Do you get the point? Whether the news that elite troops are in Burkina Faso protecting Ibrahim Traoré, whether it's true or not, common sense tells you that Ibrahim Traoré is being washed over by these countries that are not the Western colonizers. You get it? And more African countries are joining. What does that mean? These African might finally leave the Western colonizers and join these other people who are interested to welcome them with open hands. And in turn, the West are now afraid. Like if you look at this video, they are now giving detailed, like they are regretting why they should have left this to happen. Do you get it? Now just pay attention to this video.
And I think we need to start giving African countries more of what they want and less of what they don't. That seems like an obvious proposition, but frequently our Africa strategy doesn't seem to be guided by that principle.
Picking a fight with South Africa, a pretty important nation, and labeling them as committing genocide against African farmers. Accepting Afrikaner refugees while we're shutting off other refugees from Africa.
We are in a state of crisis right now when it comes to our relations with the continent and other competitors of ours, from Iranians to Russians to Chinese to people that don't always align with us, from the Emiratis and others, are flooding the zone where we are retreating in a stunning way.
They called us partners, then they pulled the plug and left us hanging. Now, Washington is panicking because China didn't hesitate to step in. This is the real reason Africa is being fought over like a prize, and what you're about to hear wasn't meant for your ears. For decades, America ran programs across Africa that supported education, health, and entrepreneurship. But under the Trump administration, those were quietly cut. No warnings, no consultations. Programs like PEPFAR, MCC, and YALI gone. Now, US senators are panicking because China is filling the void.
So guys, if you
US
love this
lawmakers
video
admit the damage,
and would
and they're
like
terrified of what
to
happens next.
promote this
Mr.
channel,
thank you for your
then
testimony. What I hear
just
from both of you
like this video
is
and
more
subscribe. That's
engagement,
all it
not
takes to
less.
promote this channel.
More of what we have
I'm not
done
asking
that
of money,
works,
I'm not asking
and
of
that the
any kind of
abrupt and
donation.
chaotic
Like and
closure
subscribe to this
of a
channel will
very
help the
wide
channel to
range of
blow.
Most effective tools for engaging with Africa, from the MCC to YALI to the PEPFAR program, puts all of this at risk. Mr. Chairman, if I might, given your opening comments in the exchange, I'd love to work